3 minutes warning, and 4 minutes you will be getting the second bell. And after each person, there will be 30 seconds will be given to the opposite team to just note down the important points that you want to raise it as the question. Then after the presentation only, you will be getting the common time to just raise your questions and reply. That is another one point that we have already seen. And at the end, means during this session also, the timing would be kept. Questions which you are asking should be very precise one, not elaborate questions you have to ask. And the answers also try to be within 1 or 2 minutes. Okay, these are some of the points that you have to memorize, particularly about the session. Rest of the things, I think including these points are already explained in a very detailed manner. That is fine. And I too wish you all a very successful time. All the very best. Have a good debate time. Okay, respect each other. Value others' opinions also. Show your gentleness. So thank you very much and wish you all the success.
So we are live now. We are live on YouTube as of now, and all the best to all the participants. Make sure that you give your best for the program today. Sir, thank you so much for your inspiring words to the students, and I do hand over the CCA teachers to take on to the program ahead. And just let me remind you, teachers, once again, those who are not using the talking or discussion, please make sure that your mic is off. Yeah, ma'am, please, you may go ahead.
A warm afternoon to one and all present over here. I extend my hearty welcome to our respected principal sir, vice principal sir, judges, the teachers, our hardworking participants, and our students. It's my privilege to welcome you all for the preliminary round of our today's debate competition. And topic for today's debate is online classes are the best mode of education. So I would like to wish all the participants very best for their performance. And now I'd like to ask Ma'am Momi Sharma to introduce our moderators and judges for today's competition. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am, so much. And good afternoon to all our AJS family. And once again, I would like to take the opportunity to honor our honorable principal sir. Welcome, sir. And now I'd like to take the privilege to welcome our respected vice principal sir. Welcome, sir, and we'll be glad if we can hear a few words from you, sir.
So, ma'am, once again, good afternoon to everyone. I had already shared my points, and it is the time that we were eagerly waiting for the beginning of this debates competition. So I wish you all the very best and a very fruitful time ahead of us. Judges also, teachers, students, everyone. So thank you very much, and wish you all the very best.
Thank you, sir, so much for your valuable words. And now I'd like to introduce our jury members for today's program. Ma'am Nandita Sarkardhar. Welcome, ma'am, please.
Good afternoon, respected principal sir, vice principal sir, teachers, my dear students, and everyone present on this virtual platform. And I'd like to congratulate the participants who are present here and wish them all the best and give their best. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Our next jury member, Ma'am Shushmita Goswami, ma'am. Welcome, ma'am.
Good afternoon to one and all present here. I just want to wish all the participants the very best. You have put your 100%, so hope to see you in a good spirit in today's competition. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Our next jury member, Sir Minhar Ali Khan, sir. Welcome, sir.
Yeah. Good afternoon, principal sirs, respected vice principal sirs, and their teachers and their participants. So I am to mention one thing that winning is something, but participation is everything. So hope you all will participate in the debate wholeheartedly, and all the very best for the competitions. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Our next jury member, Ma'am Jeeta Pater. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Good afternoon, principal sir, vice principal sir, to the member of the judges and the teachers present, and also the student, the participants. Yeah, I wish you all the students the very best. Give your best, and yeah, be confident whenever you put your point. And yeah, thank you. All the best again.
Thank you, ma'am. So we have with us Ma'am Pubali Kalita. Welcome, ma'am, please.
So much, ma'am. Good afternoon, everyone. And I wish all the participants of both the houses a very good luck and tons of best wishes. Give your best. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. So our next jury member, Sir Deepak Bejborua. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Principal Sir, Vice Principal Sir, and all present here. I wish best of luck to you all. Participate your best. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Our next jury member, Ma'am Devlina Kakati. Welcome, ma'am. Ma'am Devlina Kakati.
Good afternoon, everyone. So as is the virtual platform for each one of us, so it's a new experience for all. So I want to give all the best to all the participants. Give your 100%. Okay, that's all.
Thank you, ma'am. Our next jury member, Ma'am Piale Ganguly. Welcome, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon, one and all present over here, and wishing all the participant all the very best for your debate competition. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, ma'am. And so today in this virtual platform, we have the participants from the Sapphire House who will speak for the motion, and Diamond House who will speak against the motion. And before starting today's program, I hereby announcing very proudly that in this beautiful platform of today's debate competition, we have our moderator with us, that is none other than our honorable principal, sir. So please welcome, sir, and also handing over the whole afternoon's program to you, sir. Please welcome, sir.
So thank you so much. Thank you so much, teachers, and once again welcoming all the students, the jury members, and to the vice principal, sir. Definitely, without participants, we cannot have the program today, and to those parents or the students who are on live in YouTube channel too. So it must be something different, like, other than the normal time that we are having our competitions online, is it tends, might be our students, maybe first time some of them are, going to be on live such kinds of platforms, and it's a group competition having individually, or maybe the group competition that we are having it one by one, it on their own points, on their own, ideologies, because they do not have a chance to discuss each other when they need to counter, especially when it comes to the point as it is a debate competition. But still, I hope that our students are well equipped regarding that. And just coming to the matter, like we have got the topic, online classes are the best mode of education. So we do not consider whether it that be due to the pandemic COVID-19, though this has forced us, maybe like it has been imposed to the students and the teachers and the school and all the world large. It has been forced, like we have to go with the online classes. So our topic today states that This is one of the best mode of education wherein students can have their views, and definitely I know that students will be putting their views regarding that. So just to state that this, the online classes are the best mode of education because the conventional classroom teaching is outdated at this century because we know how the system works at present, where the time is valued more than the money because the people or the human workforce are being replaced in the different factories in different countries as machines because time is more valued. Money is less valued because if you do not have the time, so we have nothing to. So because everything is getting changed, even the conventional or orthodox classroom teaching is restricted, and most of the schools use technology called digital classroom in the physical classroom itself. So to an extent to say, right, we are changing our mode of teaching. We are changing our way of teaching. Maybe now the students, it's up to you. You need to adapt how you learn, how you become something in your life. The online classes have come into light due to this pandemic COVID-19. Our topic says that online teaching is the best mode, and this must be continued even after when the COVID subsides. That's our topic. And we have got to think Sapphire House says that is exactly the same. And the Diamond House says, no, we cannot go with the COVID time only. In the later stage, we cannot go with the online classes. So let's see what the students are going to put forward. And as we have got the first part from the Sapphire House, the house that we stands for the motion. So the leader or the leading person has to come forward, and he or she has to introduce their team members. And as I already intimated to you, as per the rule, that you have got 4 minutes, excluding the introduction that you give about your team members. So now it is up to Sapphire House and the timekeeper. Please take note of the timing. Their time start now, but if they introduce the house members, that time need to be exempted. So Sapphire House leader, it's up to you. You can just come ahead and put your points.
A very warm good afternoon to one and all present here. Respected Principal Sir, Vice Principal Sir, judges, teachers, and all my dear friends. Myself, Manoritha Bashya, along with my teammates, Hanna John, Harshita Mali, Smiran Das, Nayan Das, and Soham Guha, representing Sapphire House, would speak for the motion on today's topic, online classes are the best mode of education, irrespective of COVID-19. At first, I would like to mention that online classes are the best mode of education, and I would like to give a brief introduction about it. Online classes is a mode of education which takes place through internet and is also referred to as e-learning or distance learning. And it has not been a new form of education that has been introduced. It was already been introduced in 1999 by the students of Illinois University of US, and it has already been introduced at that time. So now I'd like to give some of my viewpoints why I feel online classes are the best mode of education. Doing online classes always creates a flexibility of time between the students and the teachers, and this is because they aren't tied to a fixed schedule. Students know how to manage their time in their way. So I would like to say that online classes always introduces a time management skills in between the teachers and even the students. The second point of mine is that online classes always helps us to learn better, because only listening and imagining the concept is not very understandable for a student. So virtual classes always provide a pictorial representation of the concepts, like teachers display photos, videos, and other technological items. So I always prefer online mode of education. Moreover, the lectures which are given by the teachers cannot be saved in traditional form of classroom. That is a big benefit for us, that students can review the lectures again and again, and they can learn in their own pace. Moreover, every country, including India, we face some natural disasters every year that might be floods, landslides, or any way. So Some students who live in remote areas have to leave their education for these purposes because traditional schools cannot remain open at those points of time. So I would like to say that these online classes can be continued even in difficult situations those are faced by us. So now my teammates would like to elaborate it more. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Manarita. There is a good point might be that you made it like, you will have a better time. Like, I hope 30 minutes time will be there. I do not want to keep it, just empty. That's why I'm talking. And Dimbona sir, you have to take care of 30 seconds time. Like that time will be given for the next house to note it down
Yes,
the
sir.
whatever Manarita asked.
Yes, sir.
So what I mean to say is like, Manarita, there is a good point that you made it like, there are points which you have mentioned for time management and self-study, everything. So all the things, even though due to pandemic 19, COVID-19, it has been forced to us, you say that, okay, this is fine, this is better, this might be one of the better mode of education, right? So that's fine, let's see, and what happens with your opposite team, what they want to counterpart with you, whatever they want to tell. So let's just check it out regarding that, okay? So let's see, let's wait for that.
So shall I start?
Oh, no, wait. The time is there, so I'll take your time.
Diamonas, you can start.
Okay,
Yes,
and yeah, now it is to the team of Diamond House, so you can put your point forward by increasing your numbers.
A very good afternoon to one and all. Honorable Principal Sir, Vice Principal Sir, the adjudicators, teachers, and the house. I, Sanat Sarwar, along with my team members, Jimoni, Rena, Jyotirmoyini, Veer, and Preshmita, would like to take a stand as the first speaker in Diamond House, speaking against the motion on the topic online classes are the best mode of education. So the online classes are a trend these days, but it is a fact that the traditional method of teaching has where impacts on not only the students but also the teachers. First of all, classroom environment promotes collaborative learning, which increases a student's self-awareness and it makes them a keen learner. Second of all, it enhances students' critical thinking skills by engaging them in live discussions where they are forced to use their critical thinking skills to form opinions or arguments. Third of all, it improves career building skills, social skills, as the students are supposed to present their ideas confidently in front of peers. They develop team spirit, they develop conflict resolving skills, and they get along with people from all different kinds of social backgrounds. And it also builds organizational skills as the students, they need to do basic things like going to school on time, doing their assignments and homeworks by time, being ready for pop quiz and in-class discussions. As a result of all this, they learn how to manage their time properly and be more productive. Physical presence of a teacher also keeps the students stimulated throughout the various kind of interactive and interesting activities happening in a session. It is really beneficial for the teachers as well as they can change their teaching method depending on the type of learners they have in their classroom. And they have a clear idea about whether their students are understanding or keeping up with them. And the practical classes are also not possible through online learning, and there are way too many distractions in online learning. The environment that the students live in not be suitable for them to do the online classes, and they might end up surfing internet after the classes or even in between the classes. And we know that education is not only limited to the syllabus, it also means manners, morals, and discipline, which is especially hard to teach them through online learning. It has many negative impacts on the health of students as well. By sitting in front of the screen, they start having obesity problems and eyesight problems and other health problems. And lastly, not everyone has access to internet. According to the latest information of Education Department, Government of India, 25% of students from the urban areas do not attend online classes for various reasons, and the rural areas where most of the people from India live in, the situation is way worse there. Most of them do not have the gadgets. Even if they do not have the money to buy the data packs. And because of not being able to do classes, there are some student as well as parents suicide happening these days. And according to a news authority called The Print, 27% of their students only have internet access in their homes, including an adult or an individual who has some official works, and excluding all that, only 12.5% of them have internet access in their home. So for all these reasons and more, I strongly oppose online education, and you all do for the better interest of the student committee. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Sunena. That is a valid point again that you have made it, and you had certain points which is really, really very important to be thought of. Dimbono sir, time should be running out.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
and
Okay.
yeah, fine. So that is good. Like there are certain things, you know, you do not support at all the online education, whatever is being done right away. But I expect that you do continue and attend your regular classes, right? So which we definitely we have no other options. So when we do not have any other options and we are bound to, definitely we are to, but you do not support and you say that maximum of the students may not be able to cope up with the online educations. Say whatever is given to us, you have given certain figures. I do not want to mention those figures once again to the other team members, and I hope the opposite team will be noting down the points, whatever she has been put forward, and let's wait what will be the counter that will be coming for you, Sunena. So that is a very, very valid point, Sunena, that you had spoken with. So, and also, is the time going to be?
Yes, sir. Okay, Sapphire, you may start.
Okay. Safed House, your second members can go with the your viewpoints.
A very good afternoon, everyone. Myself, Hannah John from Sapphire House, would like to say some points for the motion that is on the topic online classes are the best mode of education. So, on my point of view, there are comfortable zones. Like in traditional classrooms, we have fixed classrooms. We do not know, we can't go to the places where we feel much better. But in online classes, we can move to the environment that makes us feel better and can stay in the environment in which we can focus more. So, but this cannot be done at all in traditional classes. So this can help us increase our focus too. Then next is we can have less disturbance for teachers and students. Like in traditional classrooms or traditional schools, we have a fixed classroom, as I say later. We have a fixed classroom, and sometimes the construction might be going on the other side, so it makes us disturbed. So sometimes teacher won't be able to explain the thing that they actually want, so we get distracted from our focus, and so we won't be able to learn. But in online classes, we can move to the next room and use earphones so that the volume can be decreased and we can focus more and we can concentrate more and we will be able to study more properly. Then next is we have less pressure. In traditional classrooms, there are so much of lengthy lectures and we cannot space ourselves up. So, but in online classes, we have much time and space so that we get adjusted to the environment. So we have less pressure and less intensity. These are the 3 points that I want to mention. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Hannah. So you also put forward certain points, mentioning like it will be comfortable that you can manage yourself in the different situations, the adverse situation during class time. That will be very much, advisable to move away here and there. Definitely your stress, your class management, all those things will be very easy. So ultimately, you just want to make it like, there are certain points which can be put into that this is very relaxable for you, whatever. I do not put it up as relaxable, but it's very easy, it's comfortable. It will be up to the students how the students are going to manage, but put it into inverted commas, the students should be very responsible for the classes, right? So that's what you want to put it very properly. That's a really, really great point. And let's see what your other team members are going to talk with, or maybe your opponents are going to talk with. Definitely, I feel like some of you have already got a very good research on the topic and you are just putting forward. And really, really very good that, we should congratulate your students for your hard work that you have done on the topic.
Okay, next member, Diamond House.
Okay,
your time is start here.
Yeah, so from Diamond House, the second member can come up with your valid points.
Good afternoon to one and all present. Respected Principal Sir, Vice Principal Sir, judges, teachers, and all my dear friends. Myself, Monica Shilpi Padgiri, and as me being the second speaker against the motion, online classes are the best mode of education. Therefore, I would like to say that, according to me, online classes are not the best mode of education, since online classes are dependent on a cell phone, and a cell phone is dependent on electricity, battery, network, etc. When we talk about electricity, due to bad weather, there might be a problem in the electricity, and due to which we won't be able to charge our mobile phones. And without battery on a cell phone, it is impossible to do the online classes. Moreover, when we talk about online classes, we are using it since we have no options left with us. If there was an option to choose between online classes and normal classes, definitely we would have opted for normal classes. But since in this situation we have no options left irrespective of the pandemic situation. Moreover, on online classes, it is seen that lots of money is spent since suppose in a family there are 2 kids, and suppose in that family the total number of cell phone is 1. So what will the second child do? He have to be uneducated for the whole year since he have no the second phone, like his parents cannot afford it to, because it's really not possible for a middle class family's father to afford like expensive gadgets for them. Moreover, there are like severe accidents can also take place in online classes, like some mobile phones have a really poor battery quality, and due to which we have to plug the charger in and do the online classes, and due to which battery explosion can happen, and due to that battery explosion we can definitely get affected by it. Moreover, online classes have also like made our destroyed our like personal choices, like suppose when we talk about online exam, like the question paper is displayed on the screen, and when the question paper is displayed on the screen, like accordingly like first 4 questions will be displayed. So what if I want to attend from the last? What if my strategy to attend the question paper from the last? What to do in that situation? Definitely I have no options left. My time also would be wasted if I don't know those 4 questions and I couldn't attend the other 4 questions. So that's the main problem. And moreover, when I talk about the attendance part, like what if a student have done all his online classes whole the day, but at the moment when the teacher is taking the attendance, he gets disconnected and his presence will be marked as absent. So what he will do in that situation? Definitely he can't do anything, since that network never favors like anyone. It's not in anyone's side. Like, and moreover, like it has also hampered our privacy in some way. Like definitely it's an online class, we have to unmute ourselves when the teacher asks us to unmute. So when we unmute ourselves, then what will happen if the particular time when we are unmuting ourselves, what if our parents are talking something private, and what if that is heard by every one of us? And in online classes there is also a lot of pressure in us, like pressure in the sense like in normal schooling the works used to be get completed in the class itself, but in online classes we get the like works in the WhatsApp group after the class. So then we have to have a lot of workload in our head, like after the classes we have to sit the whole day again for the homework, and then we have to sit for our self studies. So there might be a back problem too, like sitting on a chair the whole day. It's not possible for a like normal child. I don't know about others, but it's not really possible for a like normal child. And moreover, like what about the notification that we get from like other apps? It can distract us definitely. And moreover, if you silence those notifications, what about the urgent calls? We have to decline that call definitely, because we are doing an online class and we have no option left. We can't receive that call. Due to that, we might lose someone very precious to our life. So these are the points which I would like to say. Thank you and have a nice day ahead.
Yeah, thank you so much, Jimona. You put so many points. Like, you know, you asked us so many questions to us wherein we are not able to answer your questions. So you asked us so many questions in your points whenever you have put forward your views. So that is true. There are different things. There are different adverse situations when there are online classes like electricity, the availability of the gadgets, and the internet problems, the privacy of the family members, the naughtiness or the good things of the students sometimes during examination time. Maybe your time is being more consumed on the name of homework, classwork, whatever. So definitely you do have a valid point that you have already put forward. Definitely you studied a lot regarding the topic. It seems to be that's a great thing that you have put forward. Let's see what your opposite team, the Sapphire House, might be. Valid things which could be refuting your statements, whatever you have put it today. So let's just check it out regarding that too, how it works it out with. Okay. So that is great and great preparation, dear. Okay, that is good, and we'll move to the next house. And next house member, please get ready as far as
time is over.
Yeah, fine. So next house, so you can continue with the Sapphire House. Your points, please.
Good morning.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody. Myself, Miriam Das, and I'll speak for the motion. Online classes are the best mode of education. So probably in last few months, everybody has observed that online classes are the only means through which we are able to continue with our education, and no other means is able to help us for connecting with our education or degree purpose something. So online classes are most probably the same experience which we get during our classrooms. In our classrooms, like if we have some queries, we raise hands and clarify our doubts with the teacher. Online classes also have the same means. If we have some query, we can raise hand and we can go to the teacher, clarify our doubts. So, and like if we, like in classrooms, we talk with our friends and discuss our problems. The same way we have got chat boxes in the online classes so that we can discuss the same things. Online classes have also got different kinds of advantages, and some of it are like easier attendance. So in the attendance part, if a person is doing some work and he is not able to attend the online classes in the particular time, he loses his class. So that does not happen in the online classes. He can review that video once, twice, thrice, every time he wants, and can attend his classes. So that is one benefit that we get, is easier for attendance. We can attend anytime. Then second, we get this improved self-discipline. In normal ways, in normal classrooms, we have teachers, we have friends to remind us that, yeah, we have to submit this project at the particular time, and or else we'll lose. So in online class, we do not have that much kind of guidelines. So we have to be self-responsible. And self-responsibility is such kind of thing which is very important for our future. And if we are not self-responsible, it is very harmful for us in the near future. So that is one thing that we get. And location doesn't matter. Location, if a person, I'm not talking about our classes, if a person wants to have a better education, like if somebody is from Assam and he wants to have better universities in Bangalore or somewhere, some might not be able to afford it to go to that particular place, but they can have the education through the online purpose. They can use the online apps which are connected to the university or something. So that is one way. It does not even afford much, and the person can have it, the education facility. Then online classes allow us various opportunities. Online nowadays, many entrepreneurs have started to put up online business and online classes. To achieve that online business, we have to learn that capability. So they provide some many online, tools which we can understand how to cope up with the task. So through, and in our normal classes, we have to go through every subject which we don't, if we are not going to take it for the near future, we have to study that particular subject. But in online classes, the subject which we are more interested in, we can use that subject for. And even the money purpose, we can spend it on a particular thing which we want to spend on. So it does not give us the affordable. It is affordable, very affordable. And if somebody, like they're working and they have to even achieve their degree part, so many students have to sacrifice their jobs for the purpose of schooling. Now schooling is only for a particular time, but if somebody is very engaged with their online classes, they can do it anytime. They can complete their jobs, they can complete their task, and they can come home back, be in their comfort zone, and then start their studying. So that is the one thing that we get. A person does not have to sacrifice his her jobs to for the learning purpose. they can have this all facilities. So in my point of view, online classes are the best mode of education, and it should be continued for the near future. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Miran, and I hope that you have put forward certain things which should be very, very seriously thought of. Even you are telling like a point which you have mentioned, a people or a person who can work and study, so that will not affect the study of a person. Whatever, I'm not putting anything very clearly. I'm just saying, putting the points ahead for other teams to note it down. I'm neither affirming nor refuting the points whatever Shmiran has put it up. So definitely, so her points are to be thought of, and that can be debated a lot. So you're very good, Shmiran. So I hope that you are talking from certain things from your experience too. So that's good, and each and every student should have their own experience before they speak, and you have to be convinced of the points and the topic whenever you speak. So that's good, a good preparation from Shmiran, and let's wait for other team, whatever they want to put forward. So she says, yeah, it's time up, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, it's up to the Diamond House right away, and the third member from the Diamond House can put up your points right now.
A very good afternoon to everybody present here. Myself, Vienna Das, and I am the third speaker from my team Diamond House, and we are against the motion. And so, some of the disadvantages of online classes that I would like to highlight over here include lack of communication skill development. During an online class, there is a very few face-to-face communication occurring between the teacher and the student. Hence, there is a lack of communication skill development. Moreover, in a traditional classroom, the student have to speak not just with their teacher, but also with their friends, classmates, and other fellow students. So there is a much better communication that is happening. Also, due to this reason, the teacher is unable to identify which child excels in which particular field or faces problem in which field. Moreover, this can also lead to a number of graduates in the country who excel in their theoretical knowledge but are unable to pass on that knowledge on to others. One of the things that I would like to highlight regarding online assessments is that cheating prevention during online assessments is complicated. This is because as compared to an on-campus assessment, online assessments are conducted by the students in their own environment and they use their personal gadgets. Hence, they can do anything they want. They might be hiding a cheat sheet below their answer sheet and the invigilator or the teacher will not come to know about it at all. This will lead to a completely fraud test result. These kinds of examinations will also not make any development in the child, neither will help him or her in the future. Moreover, there are also some other things that child can do, like they can change their names and allow third parties to enter and give the examination for them. So cheating prevention during online assessment is very, very complicated. Another thing that I would like to talk about is that at online assessment is also limited to certain disciplines as because online instructors tend to focus on theoretical knowledge more than practical skills. This is because passing on theoretical or implementing theoretical lectures in an online environment is a bit complicated as compared to theoretical lectures. Practical lectures can be passed on more easily as compared to theoretical lectures in an online environment, and hence the teachers focus to pass on theoretical lecture. This also makes students kind of difficult to understand the practical part. Hence, in my views, online education is currently not the best mode of education. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Vienna. So you have made certain points after listening to your students one by one. We feel sometimes, online are good. Maybe sometimes it happens to that offlines are good. So we will be confused. The viewers and the listeners will be confused on which to we stand for. Whatever, there's definitely certain points mentioned by Vienna regarding online examinations, the creativities that students can adapt during examination time, all those things are really, really serious to be thought of. And regarding the education part, as it is, the seriousness. So all those things definitely, and even communication skill improvement among the students due to the online classes and offline classes. So different things definitely that need to be thought, that need to be refuted and discussed at the end of the meeting, I hope so. Let's see, we'll wait for the students to come up with certain points. So definitely we will be waiting for the next speaker from the Sapphire House when your time comes up to speak with a again bit more serious and good interesting points, and you should make the listeners also interesting. So waiting
the
for
next house member can continue, sir.
Yeah, fine. So Sapphire member, the fourth member from the Sapphire House.
Good afternoon, everyone present here. I'm Harshita Mali from Sapphire House, going to speak for the motion. Online classes are the best mode of education. Yes, from my point of view, online classes are the best mode of education, as they provide us many advantages. They are less in cost, as we only have to pay for our studies, not for the other activities, and for the transportation fees too. And it is easier to focus, as in everyone knows that in traditional learning system, it is not every time easy to focus in the class, because the friend who sits beside us may disturb us and we got disturbed. But these things does not take place in the online learning system. So my third point is students who feel afraid to ask their doubts in the online classes and feel in the traditional learning system, they can go to the many other platforms and email their teacher and can send messages to the teacher, and the teachers could solve their doubts. And it is flexible for the student, as the traditional learning system does not provides the students with other courses. If the student wants to learn other courses beside the courses provided by the school, he or she can go to many other platforms and can learn other courses from the other teacher by sitting at the home. And it improves teacher skills, as technology has reached to a higher level. If you don't know how to do a meeting in the computer or how to send emails, you will not be get a better job. As if a situation comes such as the pandemic, if you have to work from the home and you don't know how to attend a meeting or how to send emails, you could not continue your job. And it provides it is convenient for the students to attend us. And the online classes are also good. It reduces documentation, as you can save the documents in the database, and you can use whenever you need it. And the things that are stored in your phone will not be destroyed, as it is stored in your phone. And from my point of view, I would like to say that yes, online classes are the best mode of learning. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Harshita. So definitely you very short but very thought-provoking points which you have put forward at this time, because due to COVID, everyone might be suffering from due to a different financial crisis and other things. So you have just very clearly mentioned this online classes are very cost-effective. And again, you put a point like you are the boss on yourself, that you can be, you can make your time available, yourself available. And if you are in the conventional classroom, you are afraid to ask a question to the teacher, but here you have the choice to interact with the teacher in the later time once you go with your notes, and you can share, you can save your notes, whatever you want to put forward. So definitely, my dear, really good points that you have mentioned, as even students can go with a multiple courses at the same time. So all these things are fine, and no, I don't make any points regarding that. All those things, the opposite team should take care of it, whatever I'm talking. So that's really a good thing. You have worked hard and you have put forward, and we'll be waiting for the fifth member from Diamond House, as Limbona sir tells the time.
The time is set, sir. They can start.
Yeah, fine. The fifth member from Diamond House, please.
Good afternoon to all. Myself Jyotima Bashya. I am from Diamond House and I am against the motion of the online classes. The online classes creates a sense of isolation among the students and make them feel alone. And they also get distracted from their daily routine and the things they have to do daily. This also affects the students' physical and mental health. When a student sits in front of the camera or mobile for a long time, this may cause back pain or muscular cramps, and this can also strain the eyes of the teachers and the students. And this may also cause brain damages and some people can't even afford the devices for having an access to the online classes, and many of the students who have afforded the smartphones can't afford the internet packs, and this is most common in the rural areas. And the main issue that is caused during the online classes is the network issues. And the network issues are just very much common among the students and the teachers, due to which they miss a lot of points that are being taught at the exams before the exams, or important notes that are being given by the teachers by the time, and this may cause anxiety to the students, and they may get mentally disturbed if they have missed anything important, and they are just worrying about it a lot. And a very important point that is related to this topic is that during the exams or tests that are held online, they don't have a fixed or proper method to prevent cheating in the exams. And so the cheatings in exams is very easy by the online classes. Many students cheat in the exams by any kind of wrong method for getting good marks. Our electric devices require electricity to stay on, and so we can carry out our online classes tasks. During any power cuts, and if our device's battery run out of power, so by that time we won't be able to attend our online classes. And a very common issue that the students face is their device battery runs low or out of power. And while charging, many of the students do their online classes, which may cause the battery to explode or battery damage. And this can be quite dangerous, and this can be also a life-threatening incident. This affects the battery, and this can be quite dangerous for the students. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Chodirmoy. So definitely you two have put certain points, that online classes makes the students to be isolated, that you become by yourself, you are alone at home, such kinds of points you are putting forward. Definitely taking into the same situation, refuting to the points what Harshita just made it a few minutes before, even you said like, the people or the students are not able to afford gadgets, internet packages. It's very cost effective is not the thing. So that's what again you are putting forward. Definitely the geographical areas and situations of the people, the students where they say rural areas, so all those things, all the points that you have put forward. Again, the increase of the students' anxiety due to missing of the classes is definitely a student who is very sincere to the study and education. If you miss your classes, so definitely these things happens with. So valid point, Chodirmai, that you have put forward, and let's see what your opponent team, the last member from Sapphire House, have to speak of or put their view as Dimona sir gives the time for speaking.
Yes, sir. Time over, sir. They can start.
Yeah, Sapphire House, the speaker, the last speaker.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon to everyone present here. Myself Nayandas, and I will be speaking for the motion that is online class are the best mode of education. In my point of view, the online education mode is completely effective way of learning, as it provides us with various opportunities with the advancement of the internet facilities, such as the online classes help those students who are facing the problems of speech anxiety during the physical classes. That is, they are unable to speak or share their thoughts in front of his or her classmates, but the online platform helps him or her to overcome this problem, since they would be interacting directly with the teachers. And also the online platform enables the students to review the audios or videos in case if they fail to attend the class or some important points are missed out by them, as all the classes are being recorded. So online platform make it easier for the students for so. Moreover, the online classes helps both students as well as the teachers in reducing tiredness felt during the class hours, as because we perform or attend the online classes from our own comfort zone, and we are not required to travel to schools or colleges or universities. So it is a convenient way of learning. And therefore, I conclude my topic by saying that online classes are the best mode of education for learning. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nayan. Let me just make my correction on my statement which I made. So that was not the last speaker, that was the second last speaker from the Sapphire House. I'm sorry to make that remark. So, Nayan, definitely you hard put certain points. You know, you have your convenience of learning. You know, even saving time, as already we have mentioned. Time is better than or maybe worth than money nowadays. So you are putting that point again, saying like, you know, moving to the different places, different situations, maybe universities, colleges, you can be at the comfortable zone of your house, your home to learn and to educate yourself. Or definitely the points that need to be rethought, rethink, and we have to discuss all these things again and again. Definitely, I don't suppose that we will come with any conclusion if we debate on even for 2 days, 3 days, or 4 days, or whatever. Let's wait and see what your the opponent team from Diamond House, the second last speaker of the Diamond House, how to say or to put their views when Dimbola sir gives the time to speak up.
Yes, sir. Time off. They can start.
Good afternoon to respected principal, sir, vice principal, sir, and all the judges out here. Myself, Nibindala Kolita, the fourth speaker from Diamond House. As we are against the motion, I would like to state my points that online education cannot be the best form of education. It can be a better form of education just because during this pandemic, just because we do not have any other option to carry on our studies, so we switch to this mode of education. Otherwise if there would be no pandemic, then we would have continued the normal mode of education. So my points are that home isn't necessarily the same for everyone. By making online education universal and mandatory, the authorities seem to have assumed that all households are alike. They assume that the home is a happy place for all children and that is easier for them to learn sitting at home. Perhaps it is true for most families, but there are also quite a number of unhappy homes which are simply not conducive for regular learning. There are many young people with no facility whatsoever at their homes, and in some cases, the family includes abusive elders. Exposing one's background is not necessarily a welcome proposition for all. Young minds are quite sensitive to peer assessment, and many of them consider that the time spent on the campus as a relief from the unpleasant realities of their personal lives. Online education does not factor this. It widens the social divide. Shifting education to the digital platform gives an obvious and undue advantage to the rich and privileged class of the society. They have better gadgets, stronger connectivity, and greater familiarity with the technology. If education is supposed to be a social leveler, the weaker sections in this case are pushed several yards behind even before the race has begun. Digital divide or technological inequality is a reality, especially between the urban and rural areas. The unfortunate death by suicide of a poor schoolgirl on the first day of the new academic year is a grim pointer to this unpleasant truth. While the various government bodies, at least in Kerala, are trying their best to ensure the availability of devices and network, the fact is that there will be still areas which are left out, and the biggest losers will be the one who already disadvantaged: the rural poor, the migrants, the tribals, and those who live in remote areas. E-learning can also cause social isolation. The e-learning methods currently practiced in education tend to make participating students undergo contemplation, remoteness, and lack of interaction. As a result, many of the students and teachers who inevitably spend much of their time online can start experiencing signs of social isolation due to the lack of human communication in their lives. Social isolation coupled with a lack of communication often leads to several mental health issues such as heightened stress, anxiety, and negative thoughts. It seriously affects the nature of teaching and learning. Online education cannot replicate either the quantity or quality of classroom teaching, learning. There is no time for elaboration here. Data is precious, especially for the students, and has to be used diligently. The first casualty will be the interactive element. In most schools and colleges, the teacher lectures on Google Meet or some such platform and the students listen in passively after switching off their cameras and microphones. It is often a technical ritual without much communication between the teacher and learner. A text or topic that usually takes several sessions of discussions in a classroom will be dealt within in the online mode using the minimum time as possible, and the whole orientation of teaching and learning is likely to be around the examinations and their grading mechanism. It also makes the teacher irrelevant. As a consequence of the last two reasons, the teacher becomes irrelevant in the new scheme of things. A technological takeover is happening in education. We have several knowledge portals, online resources, apps, as well as courses and content offered by well-known institutions in the information age. The teacher is no longer the only source of knowledge, and rightly so, but the experience and human interaction that a teacher offers is valuable. But if online education becomes the mainstay, the very profession of teaching as we know it today can be endangered. Big universities and big universities and content providers will attract students from all over the world, offer the new kind of education and certify them. The local school and college will turn to be closed and have serious socio-political and cultural implications. With this, I would like to conclude my points on the topic. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you so much, Nipir. Really, really thought-provoking in the sentence which you made it at the last moment of your, the putting forward of your points. Like, if this situation of online classes prevails, you speak like the teacher's role in the education field may be lessened. Definitely that you have added your point, like, the experience and the physical tenderness of the teacher can never be replaced by technologies at any cost. Definitely, Nibir, we do agree with your point, but not, I do not know with other houses and other debate team whether they do agree with your point. So definitely that need to be thought, that's really a thought provoking points which you made, and really we are proud of, different researches that your students are making on the topic of the same. And definitely the technological inequalities that makes the problem in the society for the online teaching, and the home atmosphere, the socio cultural situations in the different areas, definitely that will affect the online classes. Equality of the education will get affected by, that's what the point that you make it. Definitely we and other team members or your opponent team may have or should have different points which could tell that you are wrong or you're right. So let's see, like, we are not trying to prove here somebody is wrong or somebody is right. So we are trying to prove that I am right or I am wrong, not someone else. Okay, thank you so much for the good points. And this must be the next chance for the Sapphire House when the time comes from Dimbona sir, the last person but not the least person, I hope so, right? So we'll be talking or speaking on the points on our today's debate. So Dimbona sir, once time up, please do indicate this.
Sapphire, your time is start here.
Good afternoon to one and all present, my respected principal sir, vice principal sir, teachers, and my dear friends. Online education has brought a positive impact in the life of the students and working professionals. It has given us the opportunity to take up additional courses with studies as per their conveniences. The online education has also helped the teachers and the students the communication. Although it's during the traditional way of education, it's limited to only 8 hours or to 10 hours maximum. But in the online way of education, we can do anytime we want according to our own comfort. It saves a lot of time and to interact with the students more. The quality of education has improved by the online education. Even it has become easy for the students as well as the teachers. During the online during the this traditional way of education, we used to have the teachers used to speak behind us and to continuously speak on shout and speak on us. We are talking and we are screaming around in the class, but which is prevented in the online way of education. Online way of education, the teachers can control the students more easily. And according to the survey, it has been seen that 52% of the graduate students in USA found that online college degrees are better than the offline college level education, offline classroom educations. So, like, we would like to conclude that the online education is the best way of the education.
Yeah, thank you, Soham, for your points. He says that the quality of education improves by the online teaching because you have got different ways to get it into different points, different things, and education things are getting increased. The education quality is getting increased, and he again speaks like the teachers' control on the students are getting increased. So teachers can have a better control on the students during the online classes. That's what again he has stated. So there are certain percentage wise divisions that he has given for stating that the online classes are the better classes and we have to continue with the same, and we do agree with you, Saham, for your points, and let's wait for your opponent team whether they do agree with your points whatever you have mentioned or not. So this must be the last person from the Diamond House to speak up, and as the time comes up, so Dimbona sir, please do intimate the student regarding that.
Okay, thank you, sir. Daimonaz, the next member, you can start your time. Your time starts here.
Thank you, sir. A very good afternoon to one and all present here. Honorable Principal, sir, Vice Principal, sir, respected teachers, and my dear teammates. Me, Parishmita, being the sixth speaker from Diamond House, speaking against the motion, would like to highlight my point as following. In the conventional classroom, students seem more involved and receive more immediate feedback as compared to online studies. Not only the response time is less, but many learners prefer presenting their issues with the instructor in person rather than typing it out or trying to explain it in face to screen. Online courses are also more asynchronous because of digital illiteracy, random connectivity problems, and technology limitations. It takes more time to absorb new information, understand, ask the question, and receive the desired answer at the same time. So these were some of the points I would like to um, add here. So because of these reasons and more, me and my teammates strongly oppose online learning and would like to appeal to you to join with us for the better interest of the students. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Parishmita. That was the last speaker from Diamond House stating that online classes or online mode of education, what we face today, are not the best one. And she takes the example of different technical problems wherein we face it in day-to-day's life. That's the main one of the main point that she has put it forward. And very hearty congratulations to all the teammates that you have put forward your views, your points regarding both the things. And let me just remind you students here, we are not starting to, or we are not trying to state that maybe the online classes are the best one, or maybe online classes are not the best one. So we are not trying to prove that, but rather we are trying to prove, or rather we are trying to debate on that what might be the reasons which we should not go with online classes or we should go with the online classes. Here nobody can be the winner, nobody can be the loser. That is not our method, that is not our thing that we have to think of at the same moment here. So there is a very, very valid points. Many of you students are put forward, and definitely you will have around, now it is, the time is 3:05, so you have got 15 to 20 minutes. So our timekeepers, we will be taking care of that. So we have got an open debate among the students, and definitely I'll be allotting the houses for the studying of the questions on to the next house. So you should not exceed more than 2 minutes answering or explaining the questions or the matters that has been asked to your houses. So anybody from any house can answer the questions or whatever the explanation asked by the opposite team. First, the time that will be going to the Diamond House. So Diamond House can ask or debate on the points or the questions or the whatever the things that has been put forward by the Sapphire House. So first chance goes to the Diamond House. So, and anyone from the Sapphire House can answer. It is not that a particular student can answer. So anyone can answer. The first question from Diamond House can be put forward right away. And the timekeeper, I hope that you will be taking care of time. The
Yes,
maximum 25
yes.
minutes.
Yes, for question asking, you have 30 seconds.
So any student from Diamond House, you can ask the questions.
Sir, can I ask?
Yeah, sure, sure. Wait,
Yes.
wait. G-Money.
Sir, I'd like to ask them as they told that in that online classes it is easier to focus. So I would like to say that how can you say that it is easier to focus? What makes you feel that?
Okay, I would like to answer to that.
Yeah, yeah, sure,
So
sure.
yeah, is like, see, if we're having normal classes in the school times and there's a construction going on in our schools, can we move to other rooms and do the classes? No, obviously. But if we are having some kind of problems in our one room, or if we are going on through some construction and all, so we can easily move on to some other rooms or some other comfortable zones of ours, and we can continue our studies over there. But in on normal classes, traditional ways, we can do that. That makes us comfortable to study, to just concentrate, and even very easier to focus. Thank you.
Okay, there is an answer given too, and let's not refute the answer whatever she has given, because she has given just a precise answer. It is not very, or the wide answer that she has given. So now the chance goes to the Sapphire House to ask a question. Nibir, definitely you are going to get the chance to ask. The next chance when it comes to Nibir, you can ask a question to the Sapphire House. Now the chance goes to Sapphire House to ask the question to the Diamond House. Sapphire House students, anyone, you can have the questions.
Like, I'm Hannah, so I would like to answer the questions that Jimoni already asked us.
Okay, you want to answer the question again? So fine, please go ahead, no problem. You can give explanation regarding the questions.
Yeah, like there were a number of questions that were asked by Jimoni. Can I answer them, most of them?
You can answer in general, not one by one, because there are so many questions that she asks, you won't be able to answer one by one. So you can answer in general, whatever the points that you want to state.
Okay, so the first question she asked is that about the cell phone and the electricity not available in villages and the rural, like in rural areas. So like in rural areas, electricity, if they are not available, the people can complain, or the people can suggest the officers to have electricity in their area. So this can lead electricity in their area, and this will lead the attention of the officers and the ministers to their place. So these rural areas can be developed too, so they can have electricity and they can charge their mobiles. And she also asked that if they do not have enough money, they can afford the data packages and the cell phones. This can be helped by the governments too, because in some states, like what I am facing in Kerala too, their governments are providing their best and giving them TVs and mobiles for their online classes. So they have special funds for that. They can obviously help them in this pandemic situation too. So why can't the other states can also provide them? So this can be done to continue their online classes. These are the things that I want to mention.
Fine, thank you so much, Hannah. See, Jimoni, she has answered to an
Sir,
extent
can I?
of questions
Sir,
like.
I'd like to
Sir,
defend.
can I defend the
Fine, fine. Let's
explanation she made?
talking of from
Sir,
Jimoni's
I'd to
house.
defend.
Please, any person whoever is answering must be from Diamond House.
Sir, can I defend the
Yeah, sure,
answer
sure. You
that
are from Diamond House.
previous
You
speaker
can,
made?
you can be anybody.
As he said that there may be officials, the rural area peoples can complain, but it is not possible in most of the areas in a country like India where corruption is very high.
Nipir, let's not take any political issues regarding corruptions, and let's be just general with the topic, please.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, you can put it in the different way, but let's
Sir,
not.
I'd like to defend Hannah's statement.
Yeah, no, let Nibir, if he wants, let him continue. Nibir, you want to continue? Definitely, you can continue, my dear.
And he said, and she said about the fund that the states are providing, but not every state is providing that same kind of mobile phones or funds. And sir, can I say about our state?
Yeah, yeah, sure. Why not? You can speak.
Our state, the SEBA board, that I can see the most of the government schools, there doesn't have any form of online education system, and most of the SEBA schools which I know, they doesn't have any such kind of education, because most of the students studying there are very low poor people, or they belong to some poor areas. And so this, so with this I could like to stop. Thank you.
Okay, Hanna, what Nibir wants to say very in short, that he says, like, the social situations in different states may not be very equal. Maybe that right away you might be in Kerala, you are comparing the state of Kerala. Maybe it may not be the same situation in Assam, may not be the same situation in Maharashtra. On different states that may not be that much accessible. That's what he wants to state it.
Sir,
Sunaina,
can
yeah, no, you need to wait, and Sapphire House can ask the questions now.
sir, actually I want to defend Nibir's answer.
Which one you want to defend? See that now the time
Can
goes
I defend
forward.
Hannah's statement?
No, let's leave it about that, and let's move to the next question from Sapphire House. So Sapphire House are not put any question to the Diamond House, so you have to put a question to the Diamond House. Then definitely we can come back to the defending part of Hannah's statement.
Sir, can I? Sir,
Yeah, sure.
can I? Yeah, so one of your mates said that if you would have got the choice to choose between normal classes and online classes, you would have obviously chosen online normal classes. But don't we use digital methods in our normal classroom? We use digital boards. We maximum of us we just use the digital boards. Isn't that a form of online class? You use that, right? You do not defend it. So
Sapphire House puts a point to the Diamond House, though you do not choose for online
Sir,
classes,
as to
but when you are in
defend.
the classes, the regular classes, you have got the digital classroom. She is asking whether is it not the same. It is also applicable as the online classes. That's what her point she puts forward, and anyone from Diamond House can answer her question.
Yes, sir. Sir, I'd like to. Can I?
Yeah, sure, Selena.
You see, most of the time teachers, they explain the thing to us and we hardly ever use that, and it's not comparable, or how the teachers explain to us about really detailed and giving examples and interactions. So it's not comparable to what digital learning is, and we hardly use that nowadays in classrooms, especially.
okay, can I answer to that? Yeah. So see, like I'm not talking only about ours. Like we use it hardly our days, but mostly when in our other schools too, they open the digital class. The teacher explains it virtual, means in visual ways and in audio. They say it by their mouth and explain it through images. So that helps most of the students to learn very nicely, and especially in many subjects like science, it helps to view a thing and then learn it. It helps most probably, and I'm not talking only about our schools that we use hardly it, but it's not the thing. Learning and seeing the thing, it helps more to learn a thing.
Okay,
I'd
fine.
like to
So, one second. Like what happens, this is not very small topic wherein you can debate only in one point. So it must, you should change the topic and you need to get into the different points, because you 6 students, you have put forward multiple points wherein you can have the discussions, right? So now the chance goes to the Diamond House to ask a question to the Sapphire House, or, refute the points, whatever they have put into it. Diamond House students? You can have a discussion on any points.
Can I say, sir? As the fifth speaker said, that Zoom, that online classes can be revised and we can see the recorded classes and we can learn from them. But it's not the real thing. Zoom, a platform like Zoom, does not have, it may have recording, but it doesn't have any option that we can see the classes which we have done today, or revise the classes, or the
Let me
recorded
interrupt you.
classes.
Let me interrupt you, Niber. Actually, that facility is available wherein which we are not giving you. That's only the thing, Niber. I suppose that cannot be a point that you can take it up right away, because see that our school, see, as I already told, so we should not be confined to our school, our system, whatever we are going ahead with it. So that which we are not giving you. Other than that, if you check it out earlier in the LMS part, NLP, wherein we were having the classes, you had the recording facilities wherein you were able to view it. So let's not take that point. So let's put into some other points, Nibir. That may not be
Sir,
discuss. Yeah.
Sir, can I answer to that question which she asked?
Yeah, you mean to say like the Shmiran asked a question, right? Do you want to answer that question?
Sir, no, I want to ask a question.
Okay, you want to ask a question? Sure, definitely you can.
Sir, the thing is that the fixed speaker, as he or she stated, that even if we don't understand a lecture, that we can view the video again in order to understand the lecture. But what if that video or that particular thing which the teacher has taught does not compromise of the thing which the student has a doubt in? So what can the student do in that situation?
Okay, can I
So,
answer to that?
yeah, are you clear with the question?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine, you can answer.
So you said that if the particular video doesn't have the particular doubt the student has, so say if you have some doubts, we can obviously after you go once to the video, and if you do not have your particular answer, you can interact with the teacher through means like you can email them, you can talk to them, or you can even call them. And through online, that one the point I said, through online classes, you can even you can take your time and talk to the teacher, and the teacher even gets more time to answer to your question. Like if we are in a normal class, the teacher gets some only a bit of time to answer everybody's doubt, so it is not possible in normal days. But in online class, she gets so much time to answer your question very clearly, and she can make you understand in a very good way. I mean, she gets more time.
Okay,
Sir,
that's a point put forward. Let's put it. Let's not drag the same question into it. I suppose there must be a question coming. Valid question should come from Sapphire House to the Diamond House, because I do not find a proper question coming from Sapphire House to the Diamond House. So, any member from the Sapphire House, can you just put your views and questions to the Diamond House?
Yes, sir, I would like to question.
Yeah, sure. Manorita, you can.
Sir, one of the speaker mentioned that rich and privileged sections of the society can afford the devices, but not the poor, means they would be left behind. So I would like to answer this like, as mentioned earlier by Hanna, the government is trying the best to reach those remote areas. And moreover, nowadays we are developed with DTH, direct to home service, which provides television viewing services. And there is a Swam Prabha, it is a group of 32 educational channels. Even if they don't have the the money to purchase that recharge pack, so they can view DD Free Dish, which provides free of cost. I mean, educational, that is an educational based television program, so they can go through that.
Yeah, there is a
I'd like to
why I was
defend.
thinking why these points have not been taken up till now, because this was supposed to be the first topic to be discussed even. Yeah. So any Diamond House, you have got any points against whatever she said?
Sir, can I?
Sir, for DTH, we also need electricity. What are the places which do not have electricity? And for swim, you need to pay money for each courses, getting the certificates and the degree. So what do you do about that?
That must be very clear from the questions, the questions or the answers when Manorita said like, there are certain 32 free channels which government is giving it with. So that may not be chargeable with Sunaina. That may not be a valid question to be asked regarding that, because she was telling like, these channels are very free of cost on educational purpose, but she's not talking about the courses as it is, I hope so. Right? Am I correct, Manorita, or, did I make the argument for you?
No, sir, you told whatever I want to tell.
So that means you want to say that I made the argument for you, right? No, I was just making it clear to Sunaina, because as it was, she already mentioned that it was a free channel. So I do not want to prolong the discussion. That's why I just put that point into it. Okay, any other
Sir,
points?
one more thing
Sir, let me
I'd
defend.
like to say is that the population of India is 1.3 billion, and out of that, only 54% on use internet. So how much do you think the government will go on distributing?
Manorita, question to you. Or the Sapphire
Sir,
to you, yeah.
Sir, there are peoples in India who are from middle classes and who are a bit poor. So I am talking about those who are poor, who cannot afford that. But the middle class families and richer classes, they can often, they can afford that mobile phones, televisions, or anything. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, that's
Sir,
true.
Can you
beg to
repeat the
defend.
point once again? We didn't understand.
We cannot leave the poor sections out. Just mentioning the middle class and the rich sections, it won't be development as a whole. We need to develop as a whole, including the poor sections of the society.
So Sapphire
We
House,
cannot
she
exclude it.
states that you cannot ignore certain part of the society. We cannot divide a society into financial institutions or different things, that we cannot make it. That's what the Diamond House states again. So they say that this may not be that much applicable to all the sections of the society. Sapphire House, any points to refute that? Now, the society as it is cannot be considered, because there are different sections. You cannot divide the society into different parts and say this and this and this and that. That's what she is just simply mentioning to you. Do you have any points to refute that argument?
So as the question came to me that poor cannot avail, so I mentioned it like that. My point was not that. I mean that everyone is equal. If the as the question came that the rich peoples can afford. So I mean to say that rich can afford, but the poor peoples, they can go through these channels. I mean DTH channels.
Okay, so Diamond House, that's a
So
very clear.
question came to me like that.
Definitely,
So,
definitely. Diamond House, that is very clear from her, but she is not making a division in the society. Rather, as per the question, she is answering that she is making a difference in the societies and just getting into it. Okay, and what's the time left for Dimbono, sir? What's the time that we have left for the debate? Dimbono, sir?
Yes, sir.
What's the time that we have left for? For the students debate, we set like 15 to 20 minutes. Is it going to get over? So I just need to give one more question to each and every about the house.
Yes,
Okay,
sir, almost 4 minutes there, sir. Almost 4 minutes there.
Okay, fine. So Sapphire House and Diamond House, you are getting one more chance to raise any question to the other
Sir,
team.
can I raise one question?
Sir, I have a question.
Never, please go ahead.
Sir, as it is informed to us that CBSE said that we need 75% of the attendance to attend board exams. And what will the poor peoples do? How will they attend 75% attendance? How will they get that attendance if they doesn't have any gadgets, devices, access to the internet?
Did you get an intimation regarding that the CBSE has given 75%?
Yes,
CBSE
sir, I
has
got.
stated, CBSE has stated regular students should have minimum 75% of the attendances. Okay, that is true. But that depends upon the CBSE or our governing body definitely will make amendments in the different situations. Definitely, they may not be coming up in the beginning part like you have to have only this much and that much, because we are tend to make assumptions and excuses that everyone, including CBC and our government officials, know better. So definitely they might have put a kind of barriers or benchmarks, so that you should have this much percentage of attendance. So that cannot be probably cannot be a point of discussion, minded, because that is a governing body where our school is being governed. Let's not question our CBSE and its rules. Okay, let's not put it into it.
Sir, I want to ask them that distance learning can be done offline too. That how you can say that distance learning can be done only in online classes?
Sapphire House.
Sir, I'd like to answer to that.
Sure.
Okay. So, see, distance learning in one way, yeah, it can be done in offline too. But if somebody wants to have high qualified education, like I'm talking about if somebody lives in rural areas and they wants to have high qualified education, like in some other states or some other countries, but everybody cannot afford to go to that particular place. So how would they would have a phone, and if they have a phone, and they can continue education through online classes, because many of those big universities and developed places, they prefer online education too, and if somebody cannot go to that particular place. So if somebody is not able to, how would they even connect to that? So online classes are the only means which can make them connect with that particular university and have those education.
Okay, thank you, Smiran. Let me just make it very clear to the students what the team say. Online education and distance study are entirely different topics. This cannot be, so you cannot club online class and the distance study. So as Jimoni said, that is a different thing. That might be offline also, that can be done. The distance study and online classes are entirely different. So we cannot have a refute. So this question would have asked early itself by the Diamond House to the Sapphire House if they have stated that regarding the distance study. So there is no point to take any topic on distance study here on this platform or online studies and teaching. Okay, Soham, it's up to you. You were asking some questions, so you can put your questions to the Diamond House.
Sir, as one of the speakers said that this online studies can damage our eyes and it can cause back pain. Sir, in school also we are sitting. She said while sitting and doing the online classes, continuous online classes, it causes back pain. So in school also we are sitting and doing the classes. In home also we are doing. And in home, while we are doing the online classes, we have the break in between so that we can do the classes. And about the eyesight damage, there are various modes in the mobile, like reducing the brightness or putting the mode in the eye comfort zone and like this. So we can continue like this.
So Diamond House, you would like to answer to the question what is that is raised by Soham from Sapphire House?
Sir, I'd like to defend. Sir, in school, we move around even a bit. While in the breaks, you need to go down for the toilet, whatever, for the washrooms. But in home, you see everything is really near and you just do not move around as much. And when you have the devices with you, you just tend to surf the internet after the classes. You sometimes even forget about eating and stuff when you have the things with the when you have gadgets with you. So and also about the eyesight, it really does affect because in home when you play game do other things, your parents will oppose it, but while doing the classes they cannot say anything as it is necessary.
Okay, that's fine. And our time for debate is already over. So we have allotted 20 minutes and congratulations to both the teams. So, you both the team might have tried to put forward that your point views are correct. And definitely to an extent, many of you are successful in putting to that point. Now the stage or the platform is open to the teachers. So your teachers are on the platform. They may ask you the questions or they may give you clarifications on the topic, whatever you have discussed. So we have around 10 minutes for the discussion with the teachers now. So students, now your marking pattern has completed. Now the answer and questions, whatever being asked, will not be considered for the marking. That doesn't mean that you keep quiet and just sit. Definitely, if it happens, I will ask the teachers to mark you with the negative points. So if you answer wrong, if you answer differently, that will not be affecting your marking pattern. So teachers, you are on the platform. I request you to put forward your views to the students in the different houses.
So I have a question. Okay.
Okay, ma'am, you can continue.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much. I have a question, and it goes to Sapphire House. Like, how in online classes or in online examination, during online examination, we can stop or we can reduce malpractice, such as cheating. So that is my question. Please give a justification to you. Thank you.
Can I answer?
Yeah. Hannah, you can answer to teacher.
So like this can be done by parent supervision. If parents supervise us, like they check our bedrooms, they check our study rooms. If we have cheat papers around, they can take it off. And in mobiles also, if they have taken some photos, obviously they have the permission to take their mobiles and check their personal messages or the photos, so they can delete all those and just um, just take away the cheating from this examination.
Okay,
That's all.
thank you. Okay, thank you.
Okay, I have a question to Sapphire House, the first speaker actually. Like you said, I think Manorita, you said that in in online classes, like pictorial country means the pictorial representation is possible or something like that. You said, I suppose, right? Or in physical classes pictorial representation is possible, right? But I suppose in both the ways, in both the platforms, I think like in physical classes and also in online classes, both the pictorial representation teachers can take up because we have digital boards in the classroom, right? So both in both the platform, I suppose it's possible.
Ma'am, but not in every school.
Ma'am,
But
I also
okay, not in every school. But I think most of the schools nowadays, like, okay, fine, that's a good answer. But like, I think in most of the schools,
Yeah, I
you
suppose
have
when
the.
Manarita wants to answer to the questions to Manarita, yeah, definitely you can answer to the teacher.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I also support Hannah that it is not possible in every schools, but the schools which have, they use only a particular app. But I mean to say that if we are in online education, so we can access to different kinds of app. Like we are developed with YouTube, Byju's, and different kinds of learning apps. So I mean to say that online learning will help us to learn better more than schools.
So that means Manorita, like, there was a point made by one member from the Diamond House, the role of teachers will be reduced in that case, right? If we are going to make more on the Byju's or different competitive type applications and the different things, the respect and the relevance of the teachers teaching in the physical classroom, definitely that get deteriorated. So probably then, inverted commas, right?
Thank you.
Sir, not actually, because teachers will try their best to explain the students and students will try to grasp that. If they are not able to, then they will access to other apps.
Definitely we do understand, Manolita. Definitely we do understand that. Okay. And any other teachers? So and again, any other teachers want to ask to any house? Why only to Sapphire House? The Diamond House students also are just waiting to answer your questions.
Hello, sir. Sir, I have a question, sir, actually.
So to which house probably is it's a Diamond
Hello,
or
sir. Sir, it's for Diamond House. The question is for Diamond House, actually.
Sir.
Sir, I have a question like we have the discussion on the online classes, and like during the pandemic, we are doing this one. So they are supporting that online classes should be not there. So in pandemic time, what thing we can do then? If online classes are not there, then how we student can read means during mainly the pandemic time for the Diamond House.
Sir, can I answer?
Yeah, sure. Jimone, please.
Sir, I would like to say that since like in this situation, like online classes are helping us, I would like to answer this question by giving an example. For suppose we are in a desert and we are means feeling thirsty and we have no water left with us, and then we saw our water like a lot of impurities in it. So in order to save our lives, we will definitely drink that impure water, but that impure water is not the like best source of water. Like best source of water is always which is drinkable for us, that is the clean water. So definitely, like I would like to say that the best mode of learning should be the normal classes. Online classes are like we are using it since we have no options left with us right now. If we would have options left, definitely we would have opted for like normal classes. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, definitely. You are answering to sir. Definitely, I hope the Rahul sir also wanted the same thing to hear from you. But we do as a teachers, we do expect like though online classes are being imposed on the students and we impose on the teachers, we expect that you students to be very sincere with that whatever you do. That's what we wanted to do, and probably that is the answer Rahul sir was expecting from you too. Thank you so much, my dear. And any other teachers, please?
Hello, sir.
Yeah, Tabasa.
Yes, actually, my question was also almost similar to the Rahul, sir. I just want to ask those who are opposed of the online class, do we have any other alternative apart from physical class for the online class? Like you are almost opposing the online class, so do you have any other alternative? But don't consider physical class.
So Diamond House, do you have any answer for that? Sari is asking any other third part of the classes other than the
Yes, sir.
physical and online
So we can
classes?
take the help of sanitizers and we can just arrange the seats in the school really by 1 meter or so. No, no, no. I mean a little more space than what we usually do. We can make the students sit far from each other, and after that use of sanitizers and other we can use masks, and especially in this time, so we can do that. That's possible.
Okay, Tabasa, she answers like, with the strict rule with the social distancing, we can have the physical classes. So let's see what the government is going to say by the next month, how and what we have to do. And
But
let's see
in
how the students
ground
are.
reality, does it really possible to
That's
handle these things? You
that,
know, the children's how they are used to say stay at school. You know, can we manage those things?
No, that's
Sir,
what let's see, sir, how and when it comes to the next part. Let's see how the students are going to manage it. If the government gives some directions that we have to open the schools with the social distancing, and how far the students of the age might be from, okay, fine, 13, 14, 15, okay, they may be able to, but in the lower ages, how far they will be able to cope up with all these situations and whatever. So we may not know. Okay, let's see what happens with. So any other teachers? Do you have any other queries to the students?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, fireman.
So, like, I want to say something. Like, not, I don't want to ask, but I want to say something. I have a doubt. So, if anyone can clarify that from any house. So, like, you are talking about, like, you can store data, and you can use a digital board in the classroom. Okay. So, can you, do you think that online class and using the digital board and storing the data and using it for in a later stage, both the things are same? Both the things are same. Online class, using the digital board, storing the data, and using it afterward. Do you think all the things are same?
I hope this question is supposed to go to Sapphire House, because that was a valid point made by the Sapphire House. Like, we can store the data, we can have the revision of our lessons, whatever is taught. So anybody can answer to that question?
I didn't actually understand the question.
Okay, I repeat once again. Like you are, like it is said that we are talking. The topic is about the online class, right? Okay. So, what do you understand by online class? What do you understand by online class? That is the live class, right? That is the live class when the teacher and student is interacting with each other. But here some of the points are given, like you can store data, you can use it afterward, okay, afterward. And like you are when you are in the physical classroom, you are using the digital boards. So like, do you think that both the things are same? Online class, using the digital board, and like using the data, whatever the teachers are giving you, uh, and you can take the reference afterward. Both, all the things are same.
Yeah, that can, I hope so. This question then can go to Diamond House probably, because Diamond House also have got the point. Even in the physical classrooms, we are having the digital classes, right? So that's what Mamie is just asking you. Do you think these two things are connected, or these two are same, or you feel these two things are very different? Because online data, you can store the things. Online classes, you can store the data of the classes. You view it in the later stage, where in the physical classroom, you have the digital classroom, where the data are already saved, which you see it again and again and again. So is there any points that any students want to make from any house, either from Sapphire or the Diamond House? Anyone can make a point regarding that.
Sir, the data might get deleted also sometimes.
No, my question is that, is it means the comparison, can you just data might get deleted? My question is not that. Okay, fine. What I feel, like from my side, I'm answering. What I feel, both the things are not same. Okay, both the things are not same, because I feel online classes, what we are talking about, what is online classes? That means which is live class, right? Live. Okay, the things you are storing, you are using it afterward. That is not live. That is not online. Okay, what we understand by online is live, right? I think I'm clear.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
Ma'am,
You're
I
clear.
would like to answer. Can
yeah,
I?
sure.
Ma'am, in our traditional classes, in a board, whiteboard, they used to show us the recording. We actually do not use the internet.
Yes, that's what I am asking. That's what I am asking.
Ma'am,
Means
so
is there any difference, or both the things are same? That is the thing. I'm asking to both the house. It's not to only to Sapphire House or to Diamond House. Both the house. Anyone can answer me.
Ma'am, like we compared it by technologies. They both are gadgets. Yeah, we use stylish, and we use a keyboard, we use mouse, we use those gadgets that are used today. So in online classes also we use the gadgets, some of the gadgets that are used today. That is why we compared both of them.
Okay, fine. But gadgets, we are talking here about the online class, not about the gadgets, right? We are talking about the online class, not about the gadgets. Okay, fine. Good attempt. Okay.
Okay, thank you so much, Payal ma'am. I hope, like, Deepak sir had some point. I hope that we have to have that last question from Deepak sir. So Deepak sir, what is your point to be, sir?
So thank you, sir. Actually, it's not a point, sir. I just want to answer Jimoni Kashyap, and some confusions are there. According to Jimoni said that when in a desert, if there is a when we don't have any water, if we get some impure water, then we consume that impure water only. But it's not like that, dear. The concept of your online classes is not correct. But according to me, whenever we the humans, it's our nature, it's a human nature. Whenever a new thing is there, we get afraid of it and we try to avoid it. Like at the first time when we are the apes, when the fire invented, they were afraid of the fire, and they got afraid of the fire. The whole jungle was the whole jungles were on fire. They were afraid of it. But later on, when they came to control that fire, you can see what fire had done in the human lives today, because there is a huge use of fire today. But the main thing is that we learn to control it. The same thing is, in my idea, the same thing is in case of this online classes. It's a very good thing according to me, but the main thing is that we are not being able to control this, and we are not in a structure to control this thing. Once we will be able to control these things, and once we get used to it, it would be a very great benefit for us, as sir said, because nowadays time is more valuable than money. That's my conclusion for you, Jimoni. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. If any teachers want, we can take one more question, only the last question, so that we can wind up the program.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, I want to mention one thing, that e-learning also helps in women empowerment. Yes, because we do believe that the women from the rural areas or from the remote areas, actually women are confined to the domestic boundaries. So the women didn't get the facility of education or offline education or going to schools and learning the things. but online education helps them to learn from the actually web, that they can earn some knowledge, they can know how to be yeah, raise questions against the system, that is the patriarchy systems, how to fight against the evil things that are going in the society. So according to me, actually, it not only helps the, you can say, the male members in the society, but it also plays a great role in empowering the women. The e-learning also helps in empowering the women, and we should believe this, because and it makes the freedom for the women also to show their capabilities, to show their qualities, and all the things. So that's my point, sir.
True, sir. True, sir. So thank you so much. And we will be going off from the YouTube, just reminding the people who were on YouTube. So anybody can rename with anyone's name and can send the messages. Any unwanted messages and parliamentary messages, if you have noticed, we are sorry for that. So you should not be minding for that, because anybody logging into anyone's ID, or they can rename by themselves and be in someone else's name, and might be sending the messages, and we have no hand in that, and please, I'm sorry for that. Yeah, any other teacher wants to have any discussion? Okay, Rengi ma'am, were you
Sir,
telling?
may I represent question from ask from YouTube channel?
Yeah, sure, sir.
So before presenting one question, someone commented very nicely, like about the online class, like her daughter is studying in class 1, and for her online class, she is also get to attend her class 1 again. So she is sharing her experience.
Okay, that's a great thing. That's a great thing. Even, that is true for the lower classes. The parents are attending the classes once again, the second time they're attending the classes. So that's a good comment. So thanks to that parent or the student, whoever made the comment. So the next question.
And sir, another question is asked for, like question is for Sapphire House. How is it possible for medical students to do practical classes online? And if you have a way, would you let yourself be operated by someone who is not aware enough?
So Sapphire House, that might be question must be very clear to you. Do you like to answer the question?
Yes, sir.
Anyone from Sapphire House?
Sir, now the equipments or the things are can be available online. We can buy the equipment, and through online we can just practice those things.
So from I hope so, there is some problem with your bandwidth, your connections are getting disturbed a lot. We are not able to hear you properly. So, but we got your points, what you wanted to speak, like you're telling, like there are technical possibilities of having practices online in different things. But still there is one more question at the end of the question asked by the particular person, is that, would you mind in getting operated by a person who learned the doctorate or MBBS or whatever you call it online? Would you mind yourself, you are giving your physical body for an operation wherein the particular person have never experienced anything physically? That's the question asked to you, Sapphire House. So you can just answer it yes or no. If it were to in my case, I'll say no.
So like this is kind of different because this cannot never be done through online classes. This have to be done through group and through the supervision of the people who know this, like the doctors. So this answer cannot be like in the way.
Okay, then not possible to an extent, right? But we do not know. Maybe in the future, what will be the technology that will be enhanced? What will be the situation that arises? We will never come to know. Sometime there may be operations through video conferencing. Might be
Yes,
that
sir,
you might have, you have even seen certain movies like Three Idiots, where there are certain things have been instructed how to take different cases through video conferencing. Maybe we do not know in the coming time whether the technology will enhance that much, the things will improve. But as of now, just being in this century at this present, let's not give our body for any experiment on that case, right? So thank you so much. And Tabasar, was there any other question?
No, sir, that's it. But one question was there, like affordability, like they were almost discussed before about about those who don't have, like those who can't afford laptop and mobile. That was the question. How they will manage the online classes?
Fine, they already have, answered those questions. The Sapphire has already have answered those questions. So, okay,
Excuse
that
me,
is,
sir.
yeah, ma'am.
Sir, I would like to question one.
Okay, the
Sir,
last question.
yes, sir. Due to this pandemic time, government has reduced 30% of syllabus of class 10. Don't you think that this syllabus is not necessary for future?
Sapphire House.
Yes, sir. It's for Sapphire House.
Sapphire House, you should answer this question because the government has forced to reduce 30% of the syllabus from 9, 10, 11, and 12 for their board examination. So when these subjects or the topics or the chapters are dropped and not taught in the school, don't you think that is going to affect you for your higher studies and for your future? That's the question memorized.
Sir, ma'am, I would like to say to
But
that,
the
sir,
government
when um, okay, when the government have deleted some of the subjects from our day-to-day studies, maybe they have thought of some consequences, like they if do we need those subjects or do we need those chapters in our day-to-day lives or something. Maybe they have thought of some consequences and then did this, because a government won't delete something unnecessary. Sometimes that is the thing.
But I think everything is necessary.
That is true. That is true. See, we cannot leave any portions from the any of the chapters, and whatever has been framed from the NCERT after a very good research from a very educated and very knowledgeable people. So getting down with certain topics definitely is going to affect. But just for the information in common, let me just be with the Sapphire House, just telling you all those who listen to that topic and questions might be arised in your mind. So as for CBSE, there are 192 subjects which has been, the topic or the syllabus has been curtailed. But this same topic, either one way or other, have already covered in the syllabus in either in the down classes or in the coming classes. So that's the reason it's not going to affect the students any of their higher studies and their knowledge as the CBC or the government has curtailed the syllabus. That's what the explanation given from the state and the board. So we should not be worried regarding that. I hope so. Now I just gave the explanation. I'm not to say Sapphire House, but I just gave an explanation as the principal of the school, because those people who listen to this should not get deviated on, should not think something else. Yeah, the students are not getting whatever they are wanted to learn, or that's supposed not to happen. So that's why I just gave this explanation to you. I'm sorry for that, but not defending anyone, not defending the government, not defending the Sapphire House, not defending the teacher who asked the question, but I'm defending as an educationalist on this platform that no one listens to us should feel something different. Yeah, this topic has where the syllabus or subject has been curtailed, that is going to affect our children. Definitely it should not affect your studies or your future life. And so this must be the last topic that we have discussed, and let's bind up here. And thank you so much all the participants, and you have done really well with this topic, and you have researched a lot and you put forward very valid and very good points, and definitely this should continue. And who wins and who fails, that is not the matter here. So who has defended more, who has put the point more, that is the matter here. And what you learned from this platform, that is the biggest thing we take home at the end of the day. And I do hand over the stage to the teacher who has to continue with the program. And thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, so much. Thank you, sir. And now I'd like to call Ma'am Piali Ganguly for the vote of thanks.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Very good afternoon once again to one and all present over here. It gives me an immense pleasure to deliver the vote of thanks for this wonderful event. I would like to thank your respected principal sir, vice principal sir, judges, teachers, and all of our hardworking participants. So today we have completed our preliminary round of our debate competition. So once again, I would like to thank everyone for your kind cooperation. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone.